I am a little late, later than normal. I wanted to be on here around 9 this morning, but had some things going on. So I apologize for missing you all on Friday. I was out of town and I forgot to put a note on there. So I'm sorry, my bad. Call out the elephant. I was a slacker on Friday, so I apologize. Today we are going to talk about the things that you tell yourself how it can decide your fate. So, I relate a lot of things to business because I have in my past had, a lot of life trip ups, right? And I don't like the word trauma, but it is what it is, right? So a lot of things that were thrown my way that kind of held me back from success. And I didn't know that for years because I was so stubborn and I was a fighter and I was a grinder and I was going to go for it, right? I was going no matter what. And I am a very big advocate for never giving up and chasing your vision of what you want in life. And if you were like me and you have always had this vision of your life being different, if you've always had this vision of your life being more, your soul is being called into a different direction, but you just don't know what way to go. You don't know how to get there. Do you go right? Do you go left? Do you go straight? Do you go backwards? What do you do? Well, we never want to go backwards per se, but I have found out during my journey, there were so many opportunities for growth for me that I did not see because I was so busy fighting to survive the world that I was currently living in that I ended up telling myself some lies, right? And that can affect us in such a negative way. Those lies that we tell ourselves can trip us up and basically put our feet in concrete, and we will not be able to be successful if we continue down during I can't talk today. If we continue in that mindset. Example, I was working with someone the other day, and this person made about every excuse on I could be successful if. I could be successful if I had more help on this side. I could be more successful if I knew how to do this. I could be more successful if this and this and this and this. And I had to sit back for a moment and go, well, first off, there's some steps in there that you can do yourself long before you start putting things off on other people to make yourself more successful. And it's little things, right? It's little things like planning your day, setting aside 10 minutes a day to advertise your business, setting aside 10 minutes a day to bring peace to your mind from the heaviness that you carry the day before, um 10 minutes to just what I call woosah with yourself, right? And it's very important that before you start saying, well, I could be successful if so and so helped me, or I could be successful at this or that or the other, if you take a little bit of self-reflection and figure out what can you do for yourself to help you advance, right? It's nobody else's responsibility other than yours. Your success depends on your mindset. I don't know if I need to repeat that like a few different times, but people get so stuck in I'm too busy to do this. I'm too busy to do that. Whatever you are telling yourself, that's going to be your fate. If you tell yourself every single day that I don't have time to advertise my business, I don't have time to um, add one more task to my day, I don't have time to learn a new program. Well, then you don't. You don't, and you're never gonna, right? Because that's such a negative mindset. I told myself for years, I can never go out on my own and start my own business. I'm not good enough. Well, guess what? For years, I didn't go out on my own and I didn't figure it out because I told myself I wasn't good enough and I wasn't. I wasn't because I was not taking the steps. So I didn't deserve it, to be honest. If you're going to tell yourself those negative things, you don't deserve that success. You have to take the first steps. You have to be the person who wants it so badly that you're willing to do anything. Walk across glass to get the knowledge that you see on the other side, right? That you know that knowledge is going to help you in your life. How bad do you want it? If you tell yourself, well, I can't make it to the other side, so this is just my life and this is the way things are and it is what it is, right? So, then you're never going to be successful, personally or professionally, to be honest. If you can't take the time to tell yourself positive, encouraging things, then you're never going to get the results that you want, ever. You're not going to get there. You know, I have some of my journals that I help you guys ask yourself the questions deep inside you of what is your end goal? Because I mean, if you're not looking for success personally or professionally, or you're not looking to um, get rid of those traumas and those issues that keep tripping you up in your life, then stay where you're at, right? Stay where you're at. But that's not me, and that's not what I want for you either. That's why I became an author. That's why I became a coach, is to help you diagnose what is tripping you up in your life. Because I have a lot of years of experience figuring that one out. And I have a lot of tools that helped me to get to where I am today. I never would have thought that I would be as successful as I am with my own business. I'm working from home. I have the freedom to be by my daughter's side if she needs me. I have the freedom to work from a different location, be with my husband and travel. What do you want? And what is tripping yourself up? If it is you telling yourself that you can't be successful because, then stop lying to yourself. There's some people I just kind of gonna want I want to go shake them. Stop telling yourself you can't do it. Stop telling yourself that you don't have time in your day. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you have to go work for someone else instead of, if you have a dream of being um starting your own business, and what if you have a dream of being an author, being a coach, being something, and you say, well, you have to follow in other people's footsteps because they know way more than you. Train yourself. Sorry to be blunt, um but I'm a very blunt person, and I have spent years in my free time training myself, always taking webinars, always taking trainings. There's not one time that you guys can't try and call me and I don't answer my phone, which my one friend hates. Um, and I'm almost always listening to a podcast, on a webinar training. And you think, for what? You're not working in the corporate world anymore, right? You're a stay-at-home wife. You're right. You're right, I am. But I have never stopped working on my own knowledge and my own growth personally, because that is the key to happiness. That is the key to success. If you want to be successful, stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses of, I can't get this done. I don't want to. Someone else needs to do it for me. So and so works over at such and such, and they have people that help them. Help yourself. That sounds a little harsh for for today, but I want you guys to succeed. When I coach you guys, especially over in my other group, and the trainings that I put together, and the PowerPoint presentations I put together, it's because I want you to be successful like me. Not saying you need to be an author like me, not saying that you need to get on here and do live videos like me. I want you to personally grow so that all of those times in your life where you got tripped up, where you weren't successful, where you weren't happy, those moments stop now. now, because I always used to be the person who tried so hard to be successful, and I tried hard in the wrong ways, and I was still being tripped up by traumas and triggers and anger and all of these other things that made me not be successful. My own self, right? And part of that was my own self not recognizing example when I was working in a toxic relationship or a toxic environment. I was too weak and not smart enough to realize that I was never going to grow in that situation. I was never going to thrive in that situation. So I had to remove myself. Had I not always worked on my mindset and started recognizing those things where I needed growth, where my weaknesses were. My weaknesses were that I would drop anything to go help those people with their own selves, their own businesses, and I would put myself last. And eventually that doesn't work out so well. It just doesn't, right? So stop telling yourselves lies. If you want to be successful, if you have things that are just nagging at you throughout your life, reoccurring things that keep tripping you up. Every time you think you're on the rise and you're going to be successful, you just eat crap. Then work on it. So much of that is mindset. So much of that is planning how to dissect the things that you're going through and how to evaluate whether the problem's you, whether the problem is them, whether the problem is a past thing that you can work through and get over, get past, get through. Not saying it's easy, not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it's possible. But the work starts with you. So plan your week this week. If there's one task that you just keep putting off because you, example, don't think you have the time to do it and it is stopping your success, do it now. Write that task done, get it done this week. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to bring light to your life when you check that off the list and say, I got this accomplished. I've been putting this off for so long, right? Baby steps. What is one thing that keeps tripping you up that you keep telling yourself lies on? Example, I don't have time to do this. You know, if you are a salesman and you're not advertising yourself on social media, that's one thing that you think you don't have time for and you want somebody else to do it for you. You want somebody else to advertise for you? No, you want the people want to buy from you. People do business with people. So I'm using this as an example. So make your own posts, use your own words, use your own personality. So if that's something that's been holding you back, another thing that I feel like is very important in the don't tell yourself the lies, you know, because you're going to believe them. You can be your worst critic, right? And that is something that will haunt you for a very long time because it will make you unsuccessful. It's a matter of fact. If you keep telling yourself lies, if you keep being your worst critic and not seeing the potential that you have and not seeing the amazing things that you can do for people, the things that you do at work, the things that you do for, like, maybe you make knickknacks, maybe you sell things, whatever the case is, you and only you need to build your confidence by pointing out all of the positives about yourself, all of your strengths. Each day, write down what your strength was for that day. I have more in my group, the passionate and driven women making an impact in the world. I give you guys a step by step guide. In the guides section of that group, you are missing out if you are not in there. I have 30 days that go through questions and describe all of that for you, right? So if you want to be successful, if you want to fix your weaknesses in your life. Stop telling yourself the negatives. Start focusing on your strengths. That's what I got for today. Don't forget, if you need help with that, go to the guides section of my passionate and driven women who want to make an impact on the world. And also, jump on Amazon, check out the journals that I have on there. Each one is different. Each one asks you different questions, and they will pull different strengths out of you. And help you get started, because I want you guys to be as successful as me. I want you guys to thrive and not let those past events in your life keep tripping you up, right? Let's get you guys going. Let's get you guys thriving, because we can do this together and I will help you. So if you're not my group, jump into it. There's extra trainings in there that are not on here. If you're not on my YouTube, follow my YouTube. There's more information on there as well. Everybody have an amazing week. I apologize for getting on here a little late today, but I will see you all Wednesday. So take care.